What's up guys? In this video, I'm going to be covering the topic of car control. I think this is one of those skills that people think will just come with time, and this is partially true. However, I'm going to go over some ways to help accelerate that improvement. But before we talk about car control, let's go over a little bit of ball control. And no, I'm not talking about a soccer ball. This video is brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped is a company comprised of Rocket League geniuses, with the occasional aerospace engineer sprinkled in the mix. These guys have studied shapes and fired rocket boosters their whole lives just to come up with the perfect formula for controlling your balls. And I know that all of you know how easy it is to lose control of your balls. I can say that because my analytics tell me all of you have a pair. If you're looking to up your game and play comfortably like I do, then you should definitely check out some of their products and make sure to use code VIRGERL at checkout to get 20% off and free shipping. After all, car control and ball control go together like a pair of... you get it. Let's start where all new great discoveries happen. Right here in freeplay. Now a lot of people tend to go straight for the ball when they spawn in, but I'm going to challenge you to resist that urge and focus on just your car for a bit. The reason we're doing this is because before you learn where to hit the ball, you have to learn how to put your car in the position it needs to be to get the hit you want. Let's just figure out all of our inputs. Now this may sound silly, but it's important to program your brain by familiarizing yourself with what buttons do what, how far does my joystick make me turn, and so on. From there, let's start with some basic movement. How does my car drive? How much quicker do I turn when I drift? What if I drift and boost at the same time? What happens when I drift with boost, but without gas? The point of this is to help you fully understand how the physics of the game work, and how your car reacts to them. Now that we understand how our car drives a little better, let's see what happens when we take our wheels off the ground. This is where Rocket League really gets tricky. I think most car control issues really start to show in the air. This is where you can move freely, and if you don't know how to control your movement, you'll get lost pretty quickly. I'm going to show you how I learned aerial car control before training packs existed. The first thing I ever did to practice aerial training was just trying to keep my car in the air as long as I could. And just like anything else, once that got easy for me, I started adding in random spins and twists to make it harder for myself. Another thing I did was start in one goal and take off. I'd fly across the field and hit the post of the opposite net. I did this until I was hitting the post every time. Then I moved to doing the same thing, but this time upside down, because it's very important to understand how to control your car from every angle. And so after that, I moved on to doing the same thing again, but this time sideways. Make sure you practice both sides. These should help you to understand how moving your car in the air feels from every angle and teaches you the basics of recovering out of any flight path. The reason you want to be able to do this is not only so you can fly at the ball this way, but this also teaches you to control your car out of these awkward positions when coming back to the ground. It's really important to always land on your wheels, or know how to get back onto them as quickly as possible, as this is the key factor in a quick recovery. Which brings us to the next topic, momentum. Now this is something people don't often realize is a mechanic, because it's not associated with your car physically changing its position. However, I would argue that momentum is the most important skill to master in Rocket League. Fully understanding what momentum does for you in the game will take your pace of play to new heights, because if you know how to control and shift your momentum in the most quick and efficient ways possible, then your movement in-game will look and feel much smoother. You'll be able to turn around quickly, recover faster, get power through the ball when you need it, and more. To practice this, we can't really press a button like we can with other skills. Momentum control can only be practiced by giving yourself momentum and practicing new ways to shift it. So let's open up our best friend freeplay again and start throwing ourselves around. Just toss your car at the wall, or at the ceiling, or at the ground. Build momentum and figure out how to shift it. One of the best ways to shift your momentum is using drift. Drift allows you to make adjustments on the ground while maintaining some of that momentum you built up going in a different direction. You can drift during your recoveries to help carry momentum so you don't end up losing it all and having to speed up from a full stop. Momentum is kind of a game changer, Once you realize that the reason pros recover so fast isn't just because they know how to roll the right way or drift in circles, it's because they know how to generate momentum, shift it, and keep it. Without momentum control, you'll use more boost trying to gain the speed you lost, you'll take longer to get to the position you're supposed to be in, and you'll struggle to make those split-second decisions and movements required to win games at the highest level. So this is a big one. Really focus on how the momentum physics work, and constantly push yourself to find newer, faster, and more efficient ways to generate, shift, and keep your momentum, as this is what will push you through the ranks faster than anything else. There isn't many, if any, training features that suggest you should practice momentum control. It isn't really emphasized as much as it should be. Momentum is the fundamental skill to any other mechanic. If you aren't going the right speed for the mechanic you're attempting, it throws everything else off. Luckily, we have some awesome people in the Rocket League community who donate their time creating custom maps that offer new ways to train momentum control, like DMC's Speed Jump Trials 1, Speed Jump Trials 2, and Speed Jump Boost, among many other maps that give you the capabilities of focusing on only controlling your car's movement. This allows you to activate a secret part of your brain that rocket scientists would hate you for knowing about, called the amygdalus momentuligus. All jokes aside, these custom maps will provide a proper challenge for your brain and hands to better correlate the buttons you press and the movements of your joystick with the steering and speed of your car. The fastest way to improve mechanics is to teach yourself the muscle memory of your car's movement so that you can understand how to do the movements required for certain mechanics involving the ball. I'll include some links to these maps in the description, and I encourage you all to send me your best times of your favorite map or a certain stage of a map on Twitter @VirgeRL. I think it would be really nice to see some updated training features for players, as the skill of players is always increasing and the training features offered can only do so much for you in their current state. I think there's some things that could be added to help emphasize the importance of momentum control for new and casual players. Maybe the ability to spawn a player into a shot in a training pack pre-positioned with a preset amount of momentum. This could help players practice recovering from awkward angles and situations. Or maybe obstacle courses like the workshop maps that have been made by dedicated players. What are some things you think could be added to training to help you get better quicker? What's the most important mechanic in your opinion? Let me know in the comments so we can talk about it. If this video helped you, make sure you take that big brain of yours and click the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you get told when I upload another video like this in the future. If you're looking to improve or understand the game more, I offer one-on-one sessions through Gamers Ready, which is a website dedicated to helping you take your gameplay to the next level. I have well over 1,000 combined hours of experience working with professional Rocket League players in the RLCS and members of the community through Gamers Ready. There will be a link in the description for my page, and there's tons of other great coaches offering their help on the site as well, so feel free to browse around and maybe read some articles. Thanks for watching.